Hello and welcome to this edition of Nonfiction Reviews. In this episode, I will be reviewing a documentary DVD called The Duel. It may be the most famous duel in American history. On July 11th, 1804, Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr participated in a duel that would change the history of the United States and link these two men forever. As a result of the duel, one of these men would end up dying, and the other one would have his reputation ruined. The duel between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr has become the main thing most people know about these two men, but there is much more to these men than the duel that defined them to many people. Before the duel ever happened, Hamilton and Burr had been battling in a political war for over a decade. This documentary includes interviews with historians as well as reenactments of major events in the lives of Burr and Hamilton. It delves into the major similarities and differences between the two men and the background of their relationship leading up to the famous duel. Hamilton and Burr had very different upbringings. Alexander Hamilton was a poor immigrant who was able to use his intellect to rise to a position where he was involved in the creation of the United States Constitution and was the first Secretary of the Treasury. Aaron Burr was born in Newark, New Jersey. Burr grew up wealthy and privileged. His father was the president of the College of New Jersey. Aaron Burr became a lawyer and then went into politics. During the late 1700s and early 1800s, the United States did not have two major political parties like we do today. Politics ended up being very personal. At the time, there were different political tools that were used for dealing with personal political attacks. One way was putting things in the paper. Another was sending out pamphlets to people. And another way was to have a duel, which was also known as an affair of honor. It was something a person would do in order to prove that you were willing to die to defend your character and respond to character assassination. Alexander Hamilton was involved in many duels in his life, 11 of them to be exact. Both Burr and Hamilton served in Congress during their careers. Aaron Burr ran for Senate in 1791. Some people consider him the first modern politician. He stayed away from any issue that appeared like it could be controversial in his campaign in order to try and win, and he was successful. Burr beat General Philip Schuyler, Hamilton's father-in-law, for a seat in the U.S. Senate. This started an ongoing rivalry between Burr and Hamilton. After serving in the Senate for 6 years, Burr lost to Schuyler in his bid to be re-elected. Burr was bitter about the loss and blamed Hamilton for turning voters against him and damaging his reputation. The presidential election of 1800 ended in a tie between Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr. Alexander Hamilton played a significant role in Thomas Jefferson becoming the third president of the United States by throwing his support behind Jefferson. Aaron Burr became the vice president and ended up becoming very isolated because Jefferson felt like Burr had tried to take the presidency from him. In 1802, Hamilton's son Philip died in a duel against a man who had insulted his father. After the death of his son Philip, Alexander Hamilton fell into a depression. Aaron Burr ran for governor of New York near the end of his term as vice president, but he was unsuccessful in his bid. Burr and Hamilton sent letters back and forth to each other before their duel. At the duel, Hamilton shot first, but there are different accounts of what he did. One is that he had decided it would be morally wrong to shoot Burr, therefore he shot his firearm into the air, intentionally missing Burr. The other account is that he took aim and then simply missed Burr with his shot. Both accounts agree that after Hamilton fired, his shot did not hit Burr. In the duel, Burr ended up shooting Hamilton in the stomach, and the bullet lodged next to his spine. On July 12, 1804, Alexander Hamilton died. After this, Aaron Burr's reputation was destroyed. Burr ended up being charged with murder, and to escape prosecution, he ended up fleeing from New York. Later, he eventually went into exile in Europe, where he would die in 1836. Burr and Hamilton will be forever linked to each other because of the duel. If my review of this documentary DVD has gotten you interested in watching it, feel free to check out a copy of The Duel from the Gwinnett County Public Library.